Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a woman named Oma. She was gentle, kind, and hardworking, but her life was not easy. Oma had married a man named Chike, who was cruel and selfish. Chike never took care of his wife Oma, never let her do anything to make her life better, and he always belittled her. When it came to cooking, he would give her money that could barely cook a full pot of soup, and the annoying thing is that he eats till he is full outside while his wife Oma ends up with a watery pot of soup. "Look at you," he would say, "you should be happy I married you. You should be grateful to live in my house. All you do is eat and sleep. You cannot even give me a child. You should be ashamed of yourself." Oma will end up lowering her head in shame. They had been married for 5 years now without a child. After she miscarried in their first year of marriage, nothing else had happened. Chike brought other women into their house to humiliate her. Her will even parade in the village without shame, spending on different maidens as if his life depended on it. Some of the women who frolicked with her husband would gossip and laugh whenever she walked past them. Every day, Oma would cry and go to a corner to console herself. She felt hopeless, like her life was nothing but pain. One day, when Oma came back from the market, she overheard Chike speaking to one of the women he brought. "She is useless," he said. "She can do nothing. She cannot even have children. I gave her something to destroy her womb. I cannot bear children from her. Her family forced me to marry her. Thank God, she will not have my lineage. It's you I love, not that one. You know I love you. Now come to daddy, let me spoil you." And they laughed. Oma's heart shattered. She ran out of the house and sat under a large bamboo tree, crying until she fell asleep. When Oma opened her eyes, she saw an old woman struggling on the road with a heavy load. Even though Oma was tired and sad, she ran to help the woman carry it. Step by step, she walked with the woman until the load was safely at her hut. The old woman smiled and thanked her. Oma turned to leave, but the old woman called her back. "My child," she said, "your heart is pure. You have done well. I have been watching you. You are ready for what is coming." Suddenly the old woman smiled while holding her hand gently. "I am your spiritual guide," she whispered. "I have been watching you. You have passed my test. You come from a line of moneylenders. Your father denied the position in his own time, but now the mantle falls on you. You will become great. You will become a moneylender, a person of power in this village and outside this village. Your gift will help some, and those who cannot repay will serve, not because you wish harm, but because that is the law of your destiny." Oma was shocked, but she listened carefully. "Your husband will be dealt with," the woman added, smiling. "And don't worry, your womb is untouched, but the destiny you carried could not bear to have you tied to a place you couldn't soar. Do not fight back, but be strong. Things are about to change." Before Oma could ask a question, the woman and her hut vanished, leaving Oma standing confused. When Oma returned home, everything had changed. Chike bowed to her, trembling. "My wife, I am sorry," he stammered. "Tell me how I can please you. From now on, I will serve you. I will carry your umbrella. Rain and sun will never touch you." Oma did not say anything to Chike. She just walked past him as if he didn't exist. Days later, whispers began to spread. The villagers were shocked. The proud man who always insulted and disgraced his wife now followed her around like a fly, humbling himself. Weeks later, Oma began lending money. People came to her for help. At first, they repaid her singing her praises. Then, some could not because they kept borrowing, and then they began to work for her. In her compound, on her farm, in her house, villagers whispered and gossiped, saying how was she able to get rich overnight. They said she used her husband for ritual, but Oma paid them no mind. She only smiled. She had power, and she used it wisely. One day, the old woman returned. She came in her old disguise and whispered, "Be careful, Oma. Someone is coming to challenge you. Prepare yourself." Before Oma could ask anything, she vanished. Soon after, a young man walked into her compound, proud, arrogant, and bold. He introduced himself as Ochuko, the son of a rainmaker. "I want to borrow a huge sum of money," he said. "I know your rules. but I do not intend to pay back. Omar looked at him quietly. Your ancestors killed my father, he said, and I vowed revenge. You are the next moneylender, so your family's feud continues through you. I know your secrets, and I will teach you a lesson. I taught the moneylender before you a lesson, and now you will feel my wrath. He laughed wickedly, then left, leaving the villagers whispering and afraid. Days later, as Omar went to collect money from her debtors, Ochuko appeared on her path. The sky darkened suddenly, and a heavy rain fell. Omar screamed. Her skin itched terribly whenever rain touched her, a secret weakness the spiritual guide had warned her about. Ochuko laughed. Look at the moneylender. He shouted. Look at the one who stole destinies. He shouted, she is the reason you are not able to pay back your debts. She enslaves your soul. The villagers watched, confused, covering their mouths in shock. Ochuko still didn't stop. Omar fell to the ground, tears mixing with rain, scratching and ashamed. He came close to her and whispered, smiling wickedly, I told you I would teach you a lesson. He let out a wicked laugh. When the rain finally stopped, Omar ran back to the bamboo tree. She cried, calling out to her spiritual guide, I have been disgraced. Please help me. Show me what to do. The spiritual guide appeared again. My child, she said softly, do not fight him. If you fight him, you will win, but it's not necessary. Ochuko is just a man fighting a fight he knows nothing about. Now you must live quietly. A new village waits for you. A new life, free from fear, awaits. Your destiny will continue there. Omar obeyed. She left the village in silence, carrying only her few belongings. After trekking for a long time, tired and exhausted, she finally got to a new village surrounded by hills. Omar began life afresh. She continued her money lending, helping women start small businesses, farms, and trades. Her empire grew stronger. Her kindness and wisdom earned her respect. There, she met Obam, a man who adored her, gentle, kind, and loving. He treated her with so much respect and cherished her for who she was and not what she has. For the first time, Omar felt safe, happy, and loved, and as promised, she was blessed with children of her own, a gift for her strength, her patience, and her kind heart. Omar lived the rest of her life in peace, love, and honor. Her children thrived, her wealth and wisdom. Back in her old village, Ochuko's lies and arrogance caught up with him. People saw who he truly was. He was exposed, humiliated, and disgraced. Omar never returned to fight him. She did not need to. The truth, the kindness in her heart, and her quiet strength had won the day. Chak remained the umbrella boy, in the eyes of women, mocked and alone, unable to reclaim respect. Omar lived the rest of her life with peace, respect, and love. Her spiritual guide watched over her always, proud of the woman who had turned pain into power, cruelty into kindness, and sorrow into a new beginning. And wherever Omar walked, the villagers would whisper, see that woman. She is not ordinary. She is wise, she is strong, and she is fair. She is Omar, the one who turned her tears into triumph. Morals of the story: 1. Kindness is rewarded. A pure heart and compassion will always bring blessings, even in the face of cruelty. 2. Strength comes from patience. Enduring hardship with grace can turn adversity into power. 3. Evil returns to the wicked. Those who try to harm others will ultimately face disgrace. 4. Wisdom and humility triumph over arrogance. Quiet, wise decisions are more powerful than prideful attacks. 5. Faith in destiny preserves the soul. Belief in one's path and purpose brings protection, guidance, and success.